All right, welcome back to today's therapy takeaway. We're talking today about processing your emotions and how you know when you've processed your emotions fully. Okay, this is a question we get all the time. It came up multiple times today. People think, well, I don't know, did I get it all? Did I feel all of it? When you feel it all, you know, okay, it clears out of your body. The emotions pour out. If you've ever had a good cry at the end of a sad movie or something like that, it's like you feel this purge, you feel this release, you feel like this kind of weight off. And there's actually some fascinating research about toxins in your eyes and how things kind of come out when you let a good cry. It literally clears your body of toxins, it regulates your nervous system. All kinds of different things happen when you can fully process your emotions. But how do you know when you've actually done that? How do you know you've actually gotten to that point? Was working with a guy today, and there was an instance where anger got triggered, and it was like, okay, how do I know if I've really felt all this? Because he tended to be kind of staying in his head, a bit kind of detached. So it was like, okay, how do you feel? Okay, he got the anger. Okay, how do you feel it inside? Okay, he got some of the energy. Okay, what's the urge? What's the expression that it wants to do? And he's like, well, eventually he got to like, well, okay, it wants to yell and scream. But he didn't know if that was all of it. And I said, "Well, listen to your body. What happens in your body? Did it get it all out? Did it release?" And he's like, "No, it didn't." I said, "Okay, then what else? What's more that wants to happen?" And he's like, "Well, that's all it wanted to do." And I was like, "Well, okay, but if that's all it wanted to do, then it'd be gone." He's like, "Well, okay, there's still something there. Okay, what does it want to do beyond just yell and scream?" You have these levels of feeling, just like you have levels of anger. Like you might just say, you might just have an angry look on your face, or you might just say, or you might say, I'm angry, or you might yell something, or you might cuss something, or you might, right, do a physical movement. You might shake your fist, then you might punch, then you might grab and throw something. It's like all these different levels, all the way up to some super primitive, intense, rage release, right? Whatever that is, you're going to have some level of that based on the level of emotional activation. And you need to be able to feel to whatever degree the emotion is. Because when you feel the full extent of your emotion, that's when it releases. It doesn't release if you have this much emotion and you only feel this much, it won't release. You'll feel a little bit and it'll go right back down and nothing will change. Your symptoms will not change. Your defenses will stay the same. You have to get to the full amount of whatever the emotion is. Once you get to the full amount, then the emotions clear out. Then new emotions come in, other things happen, links start to happen. Your unconscious opens up, your mind opens up. But that only happens when you get to the end of the feeling. So if all it is yelling and screaming, if you feel the full urge to yell and scream and you actually experience that in your body, it'll be like, ah, okay. Oh, I got that all out. Okay, yeah, I felt it, right? I feel the weight off my chest. Okay, good. Right? If you feel the urge to yell and scream and it's actually more, then you have to go higher, And that's the challenge for people is the higher these emotions get, the more intense, the more packed in there, the more repeated, the more traumatic, the more things from the past that's all piled into it, the higher these feelings tend to get. And then it's harder for people to let themselves feel the full extent of their feelings because it's usually guilt ridden, or they feel bad about it, or they feel ashamed about it, or they feel nervous or vulnerable about sharing them with another person. And then it just shuts down and it stays short, right? And then the feelings can never get processed, the feelings can never get released. And then it's just like they're stuck, because they're trying to feel their feelings, but nothing actually changes. If you can feel the full extent of your emotions, then you'll get a release. That's how you know you process them fully. So that's what you can look for. If you're looking for something programmatically to try to help you do that, systematically to try to help you do that, check out skill 3, exercises 2, and specifically 3 of skill 3. That'll help you know kind of exactly what to look for in terms of the experience and exactly what to look for in terms of the expression that wants to go. If you need to cry and sob and just let it all out and you just let one tear come down, it's not going to be enough. You got to feel the whole thing pass, just like a full wave. You got to feel the whole thing through. Otherwise, it's not going to get you there. Look for that as you're processing your emotions. It can be tough. It can be hard. It can be painful. It can be messy. But if you let yourself go through it, then you can get to the other side. And there's no shortcuts, unfortunately. You just have to go there. And that's the beauty of therapy is it helps you kind of go there with a trusted other who can encourage you, who can push you, who can motivate you, who can help you go the next level. and get to the point of healing. So that's what we're here for. That's what the program's here for. Hope that helps, and we'll see you at the next takeaway.